I'm so tired. Nothing ever works properly. My new monitor arrives and it looks terrible. And I spent like half an hour trying to set it up. And now I've got to take everything apart and pack it back up and ship it and return it to Amazon. And then I'm like, cool, all right, well, at least I've spent all this time setting up. Let's stream. Then nothing works. Then the first one crashes, and then the other one's not sending a signal. I'm losing my mind. I just want to have a nice relaxing day, let alone every single flight issue I have had in the past like 3 weeks. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. Now I don't even feel like streaming because of everything going wrong constantly, but I'm here nevertheless. Honestly, kind of feel like crying right now, but I'm not going to, or at least I'm going to try not to. Honestly, we might just like why would I spend all of this money on a streaming setup when constantly I just have to end up resulting in webcam streaming because nothing works? Spend all this money on a setup and it doesn't work. You see, I'm not sleep tired. I'm like mentally tired. I feel drained. I feel very drained. That's what it is. Anyway, hello. How is everyone? It's probably only going to be a short stream today, purely because of the fact that nothing has gone right. So I'm instantly already more exhausted than I should be to do a stream, but I wanted to do a stream since it's been so long, and I have so many sets to build. So we'll see how we go. How was my trip? Well, let's talk about that, shall we? Because I have so many issues and dramas, and that is one of the reasons why I think I still feel tired. She does, and I think that's as well why none of my stuff's working. Not that this is my job or anything, and that I need this stuff to work, and it's not working, and it's frustrating when it's not, but what can I do? What can I do? It's fine. I'm tired because nothing works properly. That's what it is. Nothing works properly because it's like not even like this stream, right? Like think about all of the last ones I've done. Nothing works properly and it's getting to the point where I'm like, if it fails once, I don't want to restart it because I'm just like, I spent so long trying to like set everything up, and then recently everything's just been crashing and it's tiring. Like anyway, let's talk about Brookwood, Chicago, shall we? Right. So I hop on my plane. Yippee. It's on time. Life's great. I'm very excited. I'm getting to meet all my friends. I'm like, this is fantastic. Yippee. I land in Dallas, Fort Worth, and I'm like, oh, cool. Like, we're on time. Like, everything's going to be great. I'm going to make my flight. It's fine. Love my life. And then what happens? I wait at baggage claim for like just over an hour and my bag is still not there. And I'm starting to panic because I'm like, I'm going to miss my connection. Fantastic. Now I'm not going to make it to Chicago. Then I'm still there. I'm like, oh, still waiting. An hour and 15 minutes after we land, and we landed early, my bag shows up. I'm like, hooray, finally. I can get up and leave and move on with my life. So I go to the desk, I check in, and I get my bags tagged up, and they're like, drop it over here. And I was like, all right. I go over there, I drop it off, and I'm like frantically running to try and find the little sky monorail thing so I can like go to my proper terminal, because it's like Dallas Fort Worth, there's like 6 different ones. You have to catch a monorail to sort of like get through it. So I'm running around like on this like monorail, and like I get there and like boarding's already started. Like I'm like mediocrely late, and I get there and they're like, oh yeah, like we have to like check in your hand luggage. There's no space in the overhead lockers. And I'm like, great. I have priority boarding and I missed my priority boarding. In order to put my bag up there, now I have to check my bag in. So they tag it up and I'm like, great. Now I have nothing. Oh, at least I can like get my, like I already have to get my bag. It's fine. So I hop on the plane. I'm like, yippee-ki-yay. Get to Chicago, land there. We're early. again, I was like, oh, this is fantastic. Like, I've landed. We're here. Yippee. We're early. That's great. I can go see my friends. They're all waiting for me pretty much at the lobby. Fantastic. So I get up. What is messaging me? Oh, it's Shy. I get up and I'm like, cool. I'm like checking my phone and it says that one of my bags has been loaded on. The other one doesn't say that it's been loaded on. I'm like, that's a bit weird. So one bag appears on the carousel, which was my carry-on that I could check in at the thing. And I was like, oh, sweet. And then I'm waiting and waiting, and then I check my thing again, and it doesn't say it's been loaded on. And then I realized that my luggage wasn't in Chicago. It was still in Dallas. And I was like, great. I've got none of my stuff with me. It was loaded onto the plane after me, which like arrived like 2 hours later. So then I'm going to this desk. I'm like, why is like no one here? Why is no one working? I meet this other lady who's also had like a luggage problem. She's like, yeah, why is no one here? Pardon me, I need a cough. There we go, better. And then, so I said to her, I was like, I'm going to go over here, see if like I can find anyone. Cause like, she's like knocking on the door and it says that it's like not manned or anything. So I go upstairs and I go and talk to like the check-in staff. And I'm like, hi, my bag's missing. No one is like here to go and like report it to and write my complaint to. I come downstairs, I like walk along the terminal and I find another desk, which is like exactly the same thing. And it's got this like giant line. And at this point, I am pissed off. I am angry. I am so frustrated because I'm like, I've been traveling for what, 24 hours at this point. My bag's not here. Like, I'm supposed to be at a Lego convention. I'm supposed to be like on my way at this point. Like, I can't do this. But luckily, the lady who I like met was like at the desk. So she was like at the front. And Ray, thank you so much for the $5. I hope you had a fun time in Chicago. Well, we're going to get there to a second. It's the fun part. I live there, so I'm a little biased. Love your vids and love you. Thank you very much. I'm sorry that we're starting off negative with my travel story, but here we are. So I get to the desk. The lady's there who I talked to, and she's like signaling me to like come up with her. I said, oh, I like tried to find you to tell you that that like I spoke to the check-in desk sort of thing. She's like, yeah, I went back to find you too, and you'd gone at that point. Oh no, apparently she was like calling out for me or something, but like I didn't respond. I mean, go figure. And then she like let me cut the line. I was like, hallelujah. So I'm like at the thing, she gets her luggage dealt with. She wrote everything down. They give her a form. Then the guy turns to me and I'm like writing everything down and he's like handing me this phone. He's just, yeah, just like make sure your contact details are correct. So I'm like writing down the hotel address and everything and like hand it to him. Like, yep, my contact details are correct. I change it to like my US number and then I go about my day. Then I get an email later that night from like the luggage thing and it's saying, oh yeah, like this is supposed to be going to Sydney. And I'm like, what? So it was like, oh, change address. Okay, change address. Wrote the hotel in, wrote it in the description, and it wouldn't let me change the country. So it still said Australia. And I was like, what on earth? So I like send an email to American Airlines. I send an email to this like luggage company that's like dealing with all of this. And like no one responds. The map doesn't update. Finally, the map updates and actually shows like the hotel. So I'm like, oh yes, my luggage will arrive. I'm like still panicked and I'm like, I've lost my luggage, but I'm here with my friends now. It's appearing on the map. Everything's fine. Then I wake up, first morning of Brickworld Chicago, right? We're supposed to be going to Bricks and Minifig stores this day. I'm tired. I'm jet lagged. I wake up. I check my phone. Oh, your baggage didn't get collected. So I'm freaking out at this point. I'm like, has it started to be sent back to Australia? Is it still at the airport? I have no idea. At this point, Josh from Josh Builds Stuff was arriving that morning. Claire had a rental car and she was going to go pick him up. So I was like, hi, Claire, do you mind if I come with you? So I like, can you drop me off so I can like go to like the desk and see if they've got anything? Fully expecting them like to have an argument with them for like 30 minutes or something and be stuck there forever. I go in, Claire drops me off. She picks up Josh, she drops me off. She starts heading home. I go to the desk and I'm like, hi, I've lost my luggage. It looks like this. Like it arrived at the airport last night. The address that like The guy who I like gave the thing, he didn't enter in the address that I wrote down, so it's going to be sent back to Australia. Like, I don't know if it's here, but I thought like I should come in and like ask and check. And she's like, oh, all right, I'll go and check at this point. And I'm like freaking out, like I'm about to cry again. And then she wheels my luggage out. I wanted to give this woman the biggest hug. I was so relieved. I think I did start crying. I was just like, oh my gosh, my bag is actually here. I was so relieved. The stresses were gone. And I was like, hooray. Relief. Fantastic, right? All my travel dramas are over. Or so I thought, because when I was coming home, my gosh, where is this piece? Now I'm having building. Oh, I remember. I took it out. I remember I took the piece out for something else. Whoopsies. All right, I need to buy a piece. Maybe I should steal it off something else. It was on the ghost. I put it on the ghost. Okay, anyway, I'm just going to keep building. So, I can't even finish building. Damn it. Because the piece is missing. Aren't I an idiot? All right. Well, let's just do what I can. So, I'm coming home. And I was like, sweet. Woke up, packed my bag. I was having like a casual time. I was like, I'm not even going to go bother like getting breakfast or anything because like I've got time. I don't have to be at the airport until in the afternoon. And I was like, yep, this is fine. This is fine. Relaxing day. Finished packing my bag. And then I had to go and dismantle my goat boat that I bought so that I could put it in my suitcase. So I left that till like the last minute. Oh, I know, Pen. I know. And then, right. Okay. So I'm like, breaking down my GoPro and I get like a notification on my phone. It's like, oh, your flight's been delayed. What? I don't have time for delays. I check my phone. It's like, oh yeah, your flight that was supposed to leave at 5 p.m. is now leaving at 9 p.m. And I was like, I'm supposed to be at Dallas Fort Worth, flying out of there back to Sydney at like 10 to 11. I don't have time to be leaving at 9 p.m. I have not talked about Thor. So I'm freaking out. I go onto my phone. They had an earlier flight. And I was like, I need to leave right now. If I don't leave right now, I'm not going to make this flight because I was panicking and I was like, it's summer. Kids are off school. What if there's a giant line for security? So I'm panicking again. I'm bawling my eyes out. I'm stressed. I'm like freaking out. I'm losing my mind. I'm like, am I going to make it? Am I not? I get to the airport. I'm crying again. I'm stressed. I'm upset. I run to the check-in desk and I was like, so there's 2 check-in desks, right? Like I haven't reached like the level where you can go to the priority desk yet. I'm one under that. My dad does have priority though. So I was like, I have 2 options here. I'm in here. I need to get my bags ticketed. And I was also panicking at this point because I was like, what if my bags don't make it? Because I'm too close to the departure time because it was like less than an hour, I think, or just over an hour until I had to take off. So I was like, are my bags going to make it on this flight? Am I going to like make it? I was freaking out. Hey, SJ, how are you? So, right, I go to the priority desk, even though technically I'm not allowed. No one cared. No one asked me. I was like, this is fine. I go in and I'm like saying to her, I'm like, can you please like make sure my bag makes it? I had issues. I'm like crying I'm teary at this point. And I'm like, also like, is there any like security, like fast thing? Like, am I going to make it to my gate? Am I going to make it on? They're like, no, like you should be fine. They like tag it off. My bag goes off. And I'm just like at least I'm going home at this point. So if anything goes wrong, like my bag will be sent home. I was like, worst comes to worst, I'll leave my bag as long as I get on. So I get on. the little airport monorail. I'm like, made it to my gate just in time to board. I was like, hallelujah. But not to mention, right? So the flight I was on originally was a one-way flight to Dallas, Fort Worth. And like, would have been nice and easy. 5 hours. I was at this point, because my flight had to be moved earlier, was now traveling for like 26 hours in total because it had to stop in Miami of all places. So I get on this plane that's apparently now going to Miami before it goes to Dallas. And I'm like, fantastic. I get off the plane. I'm like, right, my baggage was loaded on that plane. This is good. It's been unloaded. All right, awesome. I'm like walking through the Miami airport. I'm like, this is not very like Pitbull, like Miami. This is an airport. All right, let's keep going. Walking along, la, 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 la. Make it to my gate. I'm like, perfect. At this point, it's like what? It would have been like 4 in the afternoon, 5 in the afternoon. I haven't eaten all day. I had some like Haribo like gummies and a Twix. And it is 4 p.m. I haven't had a single thing to drink. I haven't eaten anything. So I like find this little like newsagent store thing and I eat I buy some water off them and I pour it into my drink bottle and then I like drink the rest from my thing. I was like, perfect. Finally, like had something. There still wasn't any like proper food or anything. Like there was no sandwiches that looked good. There was like nowhere. Oh no, I had a croissant as well. I forgot to say I bought a croissant. So that's all I'd have to eat at this point. Sorry that I'm not reading the chat, but I really need to tell this story because it's killing me. So I'm in Miami. All I've had to eat is a croissant. I get on my flight. I'm like, yippee. Oh, awesome. Checked in my luggage thing again. It says it's been loaded on. Hooray. Okay. So I'm sat there and I'm like just watching and I'm like, we're pulling out and there's this woman who was in front of me by like 5 rows. So I couldn't hear what was going on, but she had like compression stockings like up to her thighs or something. So maybe she's got like some blood issues. I don't know. Really know what was going on, but she was also sat on some pillows and like we're in taxi mode. So you're supposed to be sat down with your seatbelt and she is getting up and like walking around and like the flight attendants are like, ma'am, sit down. Like they'd already spoken to her about something. They were like, no, like you chose this seat. Like you sort of have to sit here sort of thing. And then we like stopped moving and they made an announcement saying, hey, sorry about the bags. Everyone has to be seated. And then we're sat there. And then our plane's delayed and we miss our departure time. Then I get a notification saying delayed. I'm like, what? And then we get delayed again. And like, they're like, oh yeah. Then, so like this woman in front of me who's like sat there, they're like talking to her and they're like, hey, like you're not cooperating. Like you have to get off sort of thing. Like we've spoken to you. Like this is like a safety thing or something. And they're like, and this woman's like, no, like, and like fighting back. It wasn't like aggressive fighting, but like they were both getting defensive with each other. So then this woman gets like evicted off. And then I was like, does that mean we can go now? Get a notification, delayed again. And I'm freaking out at this point because I'm like, oh no, if we are delayed, like if we get delayed one more time, I'm missing my flight to Sydney. So I'm like on the phone to Qantas while they're kicking this woman off the plane. They come back, grab her pillows, grab her like luggage out of the overhead lockers, and like they have to get it off the like plane as well, like out of the hold. I'm on the phone to Qantas. I'm like, hi, I'm on this plane right now, and like we're sat in Miami, and it keeps getting delayed. Like if it gets delayed one more time, like I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it. Like the check-in might close before I have to get there because it shuts an hour before it leaves. So I was like, please, like, can you like leave check-in open? They're like, what's your ticket number? I was like, I don't know because like I had to change my flight. This is American Airlines, Lily. So anyway, but yeah, Qantas is like, okay, like we'll leave a note. And I was like, hallelujah. My dad's awoken. And he's like, do I need to book you another flight? And I was like, at this point, I don't know. So I'm freaking out. Then finally, all the woman's stuff is taken off the plane. The woman's off the plane. They're like, right, we can leave now. I was like, hooray. This entire flight, I'm still freaking out. I'm like, am I going to make it? This is going to be a really tight turnaround time. Like, am I going to do it? I don't know. Please don't raid me in real life. I'm in the middle of a story. I'm already stressed and annoyed today. It's not going to end well. So they're at the airport and everything. And like, also, can I just say, next to me, there were these 2 strangers who had never met. There was like a woman and like a man, like in the middle seat. I was in the aisle. They chatted to each other the entire flight. I was like, that's my worst nightmare. My worst nightmare. And then usually I hate peeing on like the tiny domestic airplanes because I'm just like, it's kind of gross. But I really needed to pee and I was like, I don't have time once I get there to pee. I need to get up and pee now. So I went to pee on the plane. I was like, oh, great. They didn't even give us any snacks on like the first flight. The second flight they did. So I had a really bad cup of tea and a Biscoff cookie. Again, these are like my only like things that I've eaten in this day. So then the plane lands. This woman's like about to miss her flight. So she's like pushing past everyone. And like I get off and I'm like, all right, like after this, like as soon as I got my bag, I've got to get an Uber into the next terminal because none of my flights were like connected. Usually when you like book a flight, it will like book all the way through. But because I was using like rewards points for my flight to Sydney, I had to like buy my domestic ones separately, which was the problem here because usually they would just take my bag off the plane and put it onto my plane. Anyway, so I'm like, as soon as I've gotten my bag, I need to get in the car and hop around because like I had to exit security to get my bag, so I couldn't use the monorail system at Dallas this time. So I get in. And I'm waiting. Okay, it's been like 20 minutes. Like, why isn't the carousel starting? There's this like family of like 10 people in front of me who are like really annoying. Anyway, I'm waiting. Suddenly my bag comes out. Hooray. I grab it. I tell my dad, I'm like, hi, I've got my bag. I should make it. Like, I'll be fine. I call my Uber, comes quickly. I hop in. It was like really hot outside as well. And like, I was still in like my sweatshirt, this sweatshirt, so that I could like, because it was gonna be cold when I landed, so I had to like change also there. I'm so lost with this story. You should have fun at work, Abhishek. You should be lost with this story. So I get in my Uber and I'm driving along. I'm like, yippee. And then they're like driving and they're like, yeah, I think this is Qantas. And I'm saying, I look out the window and I'm like, no, this is still American. He's like, well, this is where this is where it says it is. So I hop out, knowing full well that he needed to keep driving. And I was like, I shouldn't have tipped you as much as I did, but never mind. So I get out. I'm like running through like the hallways with my bag, trying to find the check-in desk. I get there. Luckily, it's only like some pilots. And I was like, hooray. I dropped my bags off. I was like, I've made it. Relief time. So I get in, 7-Eleven. I found a 7-Eleven because the Chick-fil-A was closed. And I buy a pizza and like some grapes and some watermelon. I didn't end up eating the watermelon. I had to leave it on the plane in the end. So I finally got to eat at 10 p.m. at night, my first proper meal of the day. So that was my Chicago travel drama. We'll get back to the actual convention, which is where the 10 under 10 cameo is. Anyway, so yesterday, I go to Melbourne for the day to go on the I'm Rick James Pile of Bricks podcast. I wake up so I was like, I'm going to use jet lag to my advantage. I'm going to go to bed at like 9 p.m. I go to sleep. I wake up at midnight. Don't know why, but I wake up at midnight and check my phone to look at the time. And it was like, oh, yeah, your flight's been delayed by half an hour in the morning. And I was like, fantastic. But I was like, it's half an hour. It's fine. I can take my time getting up. Amazing. I wake up at 4 o'clock. Pardon me. Before my alarm. And I was like, awesome. My other flight's now delayed. It was supposed to take off, like the one coming home was supposed to take off at 7 and now it's taking off at 8. And I was like, great. I tell my dad and he's like, yeah, I'm not picking you up that late. We'll try and move it earlier. So I get there to the airport and I was like, I'll just ask it check-in. I was like, hi, my flight's been delayed. Can you get me on the earlier one at 6:30? Yeah, that flight doesn't exist. And I'm like, but you're selling it on the website right here. And they're like, yeah, it doesn't exist. And the other one is closed. And I was like, okay, so I go through security. I put everything in the tray. I take it out, go to the lounge, sit down, have this lovely breakfast, and I get up to go and board the plane. And all of a sudden, I can't feel my AirPods in my pocket anymore. And I'm like, so I have to go back up inside. And I'm like to the ladies, hi, I think I've just left my headphones. They're like, yeah, come in, check. I check where I was sitting. I check the toilet that I went in. And I come out. And they weren't there. So I'm like checking like the Find My iPhone thing. I'm pinging them. It's like, yep, we've played a sound. I'm like, I couldn't hear anything. So then I'm like, I bet you I've left them in like the security tray. So I like go and I like say it to them and they're like, yeah, you can't do anything about that now. You'll have to do like a claim when you get there. And I was like, damn it. All right, well, at least I have a second pair of headphones. So I'm on the plane and I'm checking again and I'm like, all right, like where are they? And it still says that they're on me. And I'm like, there's like nowhere in my bag. Like I can't find them anywhere. Like what is going on? Like, what do you mean they're on me? I get on the plane, like we're taxiing. It still says that it's on me. And I'm like, there's no way I've left them at the terminal. Couldn't find them. And I was like, all right, fine. Apparently I've got them on me, but I don't know where they are. So then anyway, the day happens. I get to the airport. I've dropped my rental car off. I grabbed like a Krispy Kreme donut and like a clearance sandwich that was like 50 cents and a thing of iced tea. And I'm like, all right, I'll just sit here and wait. And then it says boarding time. All right, I turn around and there's like a giant queue of people waiting to like get on the plane and just nothing's happening. And then boarding was delayed. And I was like, oh, great, more delays. We get on the flight, everything's fine, la-di-da-di-da, we land. My dad's like, hey, there's like tons of traffic, so like come like straight out and like run because like I can't stay here for too long. And I was like, yeah, I'll run. And then we get a message on the thing, on like the pilot's like, yeah, there's a ton of congestion. Like we're not able to actually like get you off for like another half an hour. So I called my dad and I was like, no, I didn't even call him. I just texted him. I was like, yeah, they're saying we're going to be half an hour. They can't get us off. And he's like, WTF. He's like, right, I'm leaving. You have to catch the train to this station and I'll pick you up from there. And I was like, oh, for God's sakes. So after half an hour of waiting on the tarmac, they finally taxi us over and get us out. And I had to catch a train and then I couldn't find where my dad had parked. And then I got home and I was tired because I had been up since 4 a.m. and I have been jet lagged and I have had like every single travel issue go wrong in like the past month. And then I sit down today to stream and my stream crashes and then the other one doesn't work and now I'm on a webcam. That is why I'm tired. That is why I'm tired and feel exhausted. So, now that that's out the way, how is everyone going? How are you? My villain arc started ages ago, guys. My villain arc started in like what was it? April, May. That's when we started. I feel bad for asking you to stream. No, I was excited to. I was like, yay, I'll get all my errands done and I'll go and stream. If my stream worked, it would be, and then we didn't even talk about the monitor. I get my monitor, I unbox it, takes me half an hour. I'm like adjusting the colors for like 10 minutes to make it look good. I'm about to stream and like I pull up my face and I'm like, the skin tones look horrible. So now I have to do an Amazon return for my monitor that I bought. I did find the headphones in the end. After I went through security at the Melbourne airport, I ripped everything out of my entire bag and I was like, where are these stupid things? Turns out I put them in the front pocket. I did buy a new bag actually when I got back home. It's this Herschel one. It's giant and it can fit a lot more stuff in it, which means like everything's like actually easy to get out of my bag now. So that's fun. Yippee. Say hi to your grandma for me, Scott. Or can I say hi, Grandma? Hello. All right, now I can actually like talk to you guys as well. So how are we all doing? Oh, you're welcome, Garrett. I like dusted everything before I left and then I came back and it was all still dusty and I was like, oh, great. Fantastic. I flew to see family recently. My flight got delayed 12 hours. Oh, dear. See, I'm just relieved about my next flight that I have to go on because it's just like an overnight trip. So I'm like, oh, cool. Don't need a giant bag. And then the one after that, like everything's booked all the way through. So if anything happens with my luggage, like the airlines have to deal with it. The problem is I booked everything separately and it stressed me out and I hated it. I had to make an extra account. Why? Oh, did I talk about the cameos of Brickworld? Okay, so we should talk about the good things about Brickworld as well. By the way, SJ, it has been a long time. I don't know what you're all talking about with your despicable references, but you'll all be glad to know that while I was at Rick James Briggs yesterday in Melbourne, I was able to get the Minions minifigure pack. I really wanted it because I was like, kind of want a Minions minifigure. They're actually pretty cool. So I got one. It was great. Made it just because my phone was locked. Okay, fair enough. I've seen Thor Love and Thunder. I will talk about that, but I feel like I really need to like talk about Brickworld. No, yeah, T-Mac, I saw that. Thank you very much. I'm gonna use that. Oh dear, I just spilled tea on me. There are good things about Brickworld, Jake. Hey, BFAB, you know that there was good things about Brickworld because the TikTok community was there, and I 100% agree with you. They are the loveliest people. They were amazing. Also, BFAB, it was great to like see you as well. I don't think I told you that or expressed that properly. It was lovely to be able to meet you. So Brickworld was a lot of fun. I had a fantastic time. Can safely say that I will be booking to go again next year. I had the most incredible time. It was so much fun. I didn't know what to expect. And then I got there and I was like, this is really cool. I like constantly as well, like I keep seeing specifically it's like Cool Guy Dom. His TikTok, like I now follow him on TikTok after I met him. The guy's amazing, super funny, very cool person, very sick, very friendly. I keep seeing his like TikToks that he made from the convention and he's like showing off all of these mocks and I'm like, where was that? Like, I feel like I missed a lot. Like, I tried to walk around a lot. I didn't even walk inside the convention hall once, though, I think on Friday. So I feel like I missed a lot still. But I also saw tons. And I mean, that just goes to show how big it is. Love your pardon me. Love your content, Holly. Thank you, Oddish. So like it was really, really, really cool. I did enjoy Thor. I will say that. I've been doing GCSEs, which I'm now done. Nice. Wait, so when does UK summer holidays start? Because I think Brick Boys at least are like July, like end of July. I was like, that's really late. What's the video about the pics of the armies for? So that, for everyone who did submit it, I hope you don't get offended by the video. But basically, it's going to be like the sequel to like my clone army building video. And I'm going to be like rating everyone's armies and saying like if it's a good clone army, basically. And the whole thing is meant to be like very sarcastic and a massive joke, just like the first one was. It's like I'm making fun of the Star Wars like whole army building thing, how it's just like figures on base plates, but like it's also fun and I enjoy it and like it's a fun time. But like I'm also like laughing about it at the same time. Do you get what I mean? So it's like that, but I'm going to rate people's armies. And the whole thing is like made as a giant joke. Basically, I'm going to act as if like I'm the best. Yeah, you can still submit it. I haven't filmed the video yet. I'm probably going to film it tomorrow or the day after. So I'm just going to make joke out of myself. We walked to the whole floor and everything. Wait, what? I missed what you said, Pen. Hold on. So the most recent convention I went to back in 2020, I went with friends and we walked the whole floor and everything. We were talking about a build a week later I'd never seen before. See, again, I'm just like, I missed so many things. So it's basically gonna be like, well, guys, you know, I taught you all how to make clone armies, like basically acting as if like I am the only person who like makes things correctly. I'm the best clone army builder. And then I'm going to showcase everyone's armies and basically rate them. It's not meant to be serious. It's meant to be fun. I just want to see people's armies. And I thought it was like a great thing to like showcase people's collections and all of that. So that's my idea. How many people are you putting in the video? I don't know. It will probably be like 15 to 20 minutes. And I don't think I'm going to spend too much time on everyone because I want to showcase everyone. Like I'd rather showcase more people than like spend like 2 minutes talking about like one specific person, if that makes sense. Good night, Project Kenobi. I hope you sleep well. I've just got tea everywhere. Sleep well. See, it doesn't have to be a clone army. People have submitted, I think there was one of like a ton of Elmos. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It doesn't have to be clones. It can be Harry Potters. It can be Tauntauns. It can be garbage cans. Creepers. I don't care what it is. Just show me your armies. Like castle armies, whatever. Like amazing. I'm still debating if I'm going to Brookville, Virginia. It would be a last minute thing. I tried to look at it as a last minute thing. Did not happen. It was like $5,000. I was like, nope. There are some really cool Marvel Action Legends figures. I want to get the One Division Scarlet Witch, but I don't think that's going to happen because it's old and that means it's expensive. And then I saw all the Thor Love and Thunder ones. They're really cool. I have you know what I do have? Don't have any of the Legends figures, but I have my first ever Black Series. I also really want to get the Padme Geonosis one, but I don't know how to. I know she's on like Amazon UK. I'll lift this up. Okay, so you can't even see him. Right there is a battle droid. It's a battle droid Black Series. That's why I got it. It's because it's a battle droid. Like, I don't care about boxes. I don't care about the Star Wars figures. Look, they look cool. I'm not going to buy into that because I know that that's a dangerous spiral and I've already got enough Lego sets that I want. That's enough. How much is a table at Brickworld? I don't know. But I was talking to a couple of people because I'm like, you know how the conventions are like, yay, Lego Masters. And I was like I was thinking about it because like Lauren had a table. It was so useful at the yard sale. We just dumped all of our purchases on the table that she had. So we didn't have to carry them. It was fantastic. So I was like, like what if I get a table and then like I could bring like my little Dark Trooper mock and then if I do like any other mocks, like I could bring them with me and then like I could have like my friends' mocks and then we'd all have like a place to like stay. Like it would be fun. But I don't know. Yeah, I heard, Pen, that you got over 2,000 now. I'm really excited for you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Do you think the Lego Harry Potter Hogwarts is worth it? It is if you get it before August 1st. Because it's going to go up by $70 US. So it's going to be $470. In Australian dollars, it's going up by $150, which then makes it 750. And at that point, the thought of that makes me want to vomit. Because it's like I saw it for 500 in Costco recently. So there. I tried to tell you about the Harry Potter gift with purchase that leaked the day. I saw that. Like the stream hadn't even started at that point. Like Lego Con hadn't started, and I thought like, oh, last minute, like I'll check to see if anything leaked on Lego Leaks. And then that pops up, and I lost my mind, and I was like next to Lauren, and I was like, Lauren, look at this. We are very excited. I'm gonna do a video about like the gift with purchase, basically because I never did like a video when it leaked showing it. So I'm like, oh yeah, like I'll show it off. I'm going to talk about like the threshold, like what I would personally recommend buying, what I would purchase, what I'm going to purchase myself. So favorite purchase from Brickworld, Queen Amidala. What do you think? I think, see, Tech Junkie, what I think the problem was is that like no one did an internet test beforehand. Also, it's like I was like, because I was editing the like my second Brickworld vlog the other day. I could not hear a single word anyone was saying. Can you see it? I did get my Star Wars figures out. Here she is in here. Guys, look at my containers now. They're completely full. Look at my battle droids. I've got like 56 of them now. This is great. I didn't find a good valued Supergirl. There was a couple that had them in stock, but they weren't good value. I also bought 2 of the holographic Palpatines ready for my ATT. I now have this pink monochrome clone. We got my Kashyyyk battle droid. Here are my Stormtroopers and Death Troopers. I've got 6 Ahsoka clones and a random 501st in here. So fun story. I now have 2 ghosts. Because I found one on Bricklink that hadn't had the stickers applied. And like one of my stickers was peeling off on the one that I bought. So I bought a second one. And it only came with 2 minifigures. So for now, I'm going to keep the 2 minifigures and I'm going to build the new ghost. I also bought the Phantom. For anyone wondering, I now have the Phantom as well. So I'm going to build the Phantom. I'm going to sell the Chopper from that one because I was gifted Chopper. So I don't need 2 Choppers. So I'm going to sell Chopper and then I'm going to sell the other ghost. So now would be a really good time for that certain app to branch out into the Australian market. I did talk a lot with them. Anyway, you guys will know the app I'm talking about when I mean it. It's actually a really fun app. Anyway, then I've got all my Rebels figures. Sabine number 1. And then Sabine number 2, I left her helmet on. Anyway, that's that small one. Phantom. I don't know if I'm going to grab the second. Oh, I was thinking about it because I was like, I could get it and then I could sell Thrawn and that other minifigure that comes with it and just keep Kanan and the thing. Because I'm up to season 3 of Rebels now, for anyone wondering. This is not having a lot of building. I said this was going to be a short stream, and I'm probably not even going to finish this. I'll probably cap it at an hour, because I know all of my friends are hanging out on a Streamlabs call, and I kind of want to talk to my friends. My Lego friends. Guys, we are very close. We call each other quite often. Death Watch, Mandalorian. I should probably get 2. That's exactly right, Pink Eyes. They were really nice people. I talked to them a lot. I got to meet them at Brickworld. It was fun. Yeah, so I got the original one. And I think I might get the second one. I know. I cannot believe it was in that plastic bag of figures. I was like, I can't take this. I was like, this. I said to them, I was like, this helmet's $40. Like, are you sure? And they're like, yeah, I've got 2. And I was like, I saw someone sell one recently for like 170. Anyway, here she is. So I don't know if anyone's seen like the Wicked Brick, like individual Star Wars minifigure displays, and it has like a backdrop that like for each, and you can pick like what movie it's from. I'm gonna buy one for like episode 1 and then put Queen Amidala in it because I was like, she deserves it. I need to do an order from them. I got a notification being like, we have rewards points expiring. I was like, so I need to email my lady and be like, hey. Anyway, it should be fun. So like I have so many minifigures now from Star Wars, and it makes me really happy seeing like my container just like fill up. I can't wait to get Omega and Cad Bane. I'm gonna buy them separately. I'm probably not gonna buy them anytime soon though, because I don't know. Are you gonna do anything with Whatnot at some point? I mean, like I know you can sell on it. Like I have an account and everything. Like I bought stuff off it. Oh my gosh, that reminded me. I should show you one of my purchases that I got. Hold on, I need to get this. This one's really, 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 really cool. Oh. There's another thing I should show you. Okay, I got exciting things. Where is it? It's somewhere in here. Oh dear. Or is it not in here? Did I not put him in here? Where is he? Hello? Aha, found it. Also, ostrich, look. He's still in his bag. Okay, so I have a lot of fun things to show you. So there is a link for the Discord if Spruce would like to grab that, even though he just got here. So first up, man, Queen Amidala is amazing. Can I just say, I know she was really expensive, and I think it didn't hit me because it was in a different currency how expensive she was, but it was great. So, okay, first thing I want to show you is the thing I bought from Whatnot. So, like, I've used the app. Like, I bought Hank Pym off Rod the Collector's stream live at the convention. I was, like, slightly down. I was talking to, like, Danny, Bob, and Michael. And I bought him, and he just, like, threw him to me. And then, because, like, I paid for shipping, but I just got it there, I got a shipping notification. I was, like, really confused. I was like, what? Like, I was, like, what do you mean? And then it arrived and the envelope was empty. It just had like the packing slip. And I was like, lol, that's pretty funny. Because I think Whatnot themselves shipped it out, not Rod himself. I don't think Rod would have shipped me an empty thing. Did a mod thing. Thank you, Spruce. So I bought Hank Pym, and then I bought the pink clone that I showed you, like the monochrome one. I also have a pink Batman. And the Heath Ledger Joker from the recent Batman Tumblr. I bought all of them off Fatfigs Whatnot auction. The Joker was a buy it now, which is why I got it. And then, how many figures do I need to make an army? For me, you need at least like, I mean, if it's a battle pack, I think like at least 2, but then technically you can have an army with 1 as well, if that makes sense. It's all up to your personal thing. Right, so I know it is insane to spend that much on a figure. I think it was worth it for her. She's a beautiful figure. Like, I've only done 1, and like, she's gorgeous as long as it's good condition. So, oh my gosh, yeah, SJ. I keep hearing, like, Amy's very loud when she streams. She screams. I can hear her from down here, and she's like saying, like, SJ, what's I'm like, I can hear this conversation happening. Yeah, you please go get some sleep. That's really important to sleep. So I have $300 to get the Daily Bugle new sets on August 1st. I think that you should buy the Daily Bugle the day before August 1st because I don't know if that one's going to go up or not. Recommend. So I bought something off an auction. So this one was a Blaine's World auction. For anyone who doesn't know Blaine, he's a friend of mine. He has a Bricklink store and now sells on Whatnot. Now, should I have bought this? Probably not, considering I just bought Queen Amidala. However, he'd been selling a couple of them, and I'd had my eye on this for a while, and I knew he had them. So I was like, all right. I said to myself, I was like, maximum. That I set myself a maximum, and it was very close to hitting that maximum. So, do you still prefer Hogsmeade or the Burrow? I prefer the Burrow, to be honest. Though the minifigures suck in that set. It is not another Queen Amidala. It's better than that. Ooh. Ooh. Can anyone tell what it is? Can anyone? I need to get it out properly to show you. It's not a misprint. I'm not a person who would spend a lot of money on a misprint. I mean, the head print's not in like the greatest condition, but the helmet is. Oh, heck yeah. It's the Green Goblin. Ah! So now you know why I probably shouldn't have bought him, because he's also very expensive. So I could have bought this minifigure for 100 Australian dollars back when I was looking at him in October. And I was like, that's expensive. And then the movie came out, and then he got more expensive. And then I continued to want him, and Blaine had like a ton of them that he was like auctioning off, and I got one of them. And he's great. He's great. I did love the bricks and minifig stores. There were one of them, it's the one with like the Lego City that like Emily did like her collab with. They had like 2 kids. They were so sweet. I was like hanging out with them for like a while. I was playing games with them. It was fun. So yes, I got the Green Goblin. And I keep him in his little package just to keep him safe for now. My like Spider-Man's like just on a shelf. I think it's because I paid $20 for him, but I'm like, yeah, you can stay up here, even though I know he's worth so much more than that now. So yeah, got him. And then something else that I got. I should be building. I should have just done a just chatting stream because I haven't done anything in so long, and there's so much for me to like catch up on that I'm like, I just need to keep talking. So another thing that I did. I mean, I haven't posted it yet. I need to make a post about it. But so I got very excited, and I had a little fangirl moment at Brickworld, as I was told sometime in the week by one of the Empire guys that apparently Forest Fire was going to be there on the weekend. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, Forest Fire icon. Watched him religiously as a kid, like most people did. Like, I remember, like, on my iPod, and I would, like, watch the videos, like, on a really low volume, because I was like, oh, it swears, like, that's naughty. Like, inspired me to get into stop motions. Like, that's why I was going to make it alongside, like, Geotoast 13. And I was like, oh my gosh, go and lose my mind. On the public days, I'm chatting, and I see him in the distance lining up for food, and I was like, well, I don't want to, like, interrupt someone while they're eating. So I tried to find him. Like, I was walking around the convention, but like I kept meeting many people that I lost him. I was like, oh damn it. But I was like, look, at the end of the day, I would rather like talk to people who watch my videos. Like, that's a lot more rewarding. Anyway, so it gets up to the yard sale, and I see him again. So I'm buying all my stuff, and I like see him, and I was like freaking out, but I'm like nervous. But I went up to him. I was like, I need to be brave. I went up, and I was like, and he was like, oh yeah, like I know you, like I watch your videos. Cause like I didn't know that he subscribed to me. Like I saw it one day and I freaked out. But yeah, he was like, oh, I really like your content. Super sweet guy. Like very, very nice. And then I took a photo with him, and he took a photo with me on his phone, and I like lost my mind. I was like so excited. I was like, oh my gosh. I had a fangirl moment. I was like, it's like surreal. Like surreal. I'm like, it was crazy because I was like, that is like the last person I thought that like I would have met. Yeah, I had no clue she was pregnant again until I saw her. I was like, oh, I didn't know that happened again. But you know, congratulations to them and all. And then wait a second. Why is that piece not on properly? Aha. And then right, so it was the MCU Hank Pym, the one that like actually wasn't in the movie. Got that one. Never really wanted that figure, but I still got him anyway. Okay, and then, right, so then I think it was like Sunday or something. So Ben from the Empire Lug, he comes up to me because it's like I'd seen him and like chatted to him like throughout the week. Like, he comes up to me on Sunday as I was like trying to talk to the brick, like after I talked to the brickwiz. And he was like, hey, like I've got something for you if you want it. Like, I know that you're like a fan of Forest Fire, and like I got this thing, and like the guy I got it for like didn't want it. Like, do you want it? Like, I don't know how you're gonna get home, but like you can have it if you want. And I was like, yes. So he handed me, because I saw this earlier in the week, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. He handed me this signed by Forest Fire printing that he got printed out of Batman and Robin. And like, I've said this before, the Forest Fire Batman cinematic universe is the best Batman universe to exist. So I got really excited. Like, I didn't hand it to him to get signed, and like I didn't really want to get anything signed by him, but like when I got handed this, I was like, the picture's too cool. I have to take this home with me. Because like it's just a really good printing of the figures and like photo of the figures. And I was like, look, that's awesome. Like, that's a major thing from my childhood. I have to take it. So I got that as well. That was one of my like favorite, I guess, like Brickworld souvenirs. Because it's just something that I like never expected. It was like really, really cool. But yeah, the convention was amazing. Had the best time, got to meet so many people. It was just incredible. It was surreal. And like everyone was like so lovely. Like BFAB will agree with me on this one. The TikTokers are such nice people. Such nice people. Like met tons of them for the first time. Like they're all lovely. And like I didn't know most of them either. So I'm just like getting to know them. I'm like, y'all are great. It was so good. I haven't been. Oh no, I did go to LegoCon. I was like, what are you talking about, Brickmad? Sorry. So I went to LegoCon. It was interesting. It was interesting. I made a video on it, or I filmed a video on it. I haven't edited it. Like it was better than I thought, but then again, my expectations were on the floor. So do keep that in mind. But I mean, I hope they do it again, and I would go again. I mean, the only reason I went is because it was like super close to me. So there's that too. So keep that in mind. But I liked it. I love TikTok, guys. I know, like I've said this for a while. Like I'm like, TikTok is fun. Like the Lego community on TikTok as well is really fun. So it's like getting to like meet a lot of people, and like I am meeting all these people, right? And they've all got like hundreds of thousands, like doing like super serious and like well done like TikTok content. Meanwhile, there's me who has a TikTok account and I just post to it whenever I want because it's fun and like make jokes about myself and just make basically like poop emoji posts. That's the PG way of me saying it. About myself. And they're all like, yeah, I really like your TikTok content. I'm like, you're consistent and you're good at this platform. You're the one who's doing the good content. Why are you complimenting me? Anyway, they're lovely. They're really funny. Just really down to earth people. It was so good. Yeah, I heard about Newcastle Brickfest. I was like, I didn't even know this was a thing until afterwards. Why does that constantly happen with me? I'm like, why am I getting told about these events? Like, I so would have gone. Actually, I probably wouldn't have. I really didn't want to drive 2 hours. Like 2 days after getting back, knowing full well that I would have had to go to Melbourne the day after. Bit tiring for me. I put this sticker in the wrong spot. But how was Newcastle Brickfest? I've seen one episode of Miss Marvel. What happened, right? Miss Marvel came out like just before I left, and then I left, and then you know Obi-Wan's happening, and like it's wrapping up. So I'd watch Obi-Wan because I don't have time to sit and watch both, and then I've fallen really behind on Miss Marvel, and I need to catch up. So my TikToks are great. Thank you, Dom. Dom, it's so funny. Ever since I met you at the convention, I keep seeing your TikToks now. Like they just keep popping up. I'm like went from like never seeing them to constantly seeing them. I'm like, this is fantastic. I love it. I did survive Brickwild. I loved it. It was such a good convention. After I left, I felt so sad. I was like, I want to go back. So then I started looking at Brickbear, Virginia, and I realized that's not happening this year. But never mind. Never mind. I'm just glad that I was able to get to one. I was like, look, this is fun. This is great. Having a great time. I've missed pieces. Gee, oh gosh. What have I done wrong now? I can never build something correctly, can I? Well, that looks correct to me. And this is also missing. But again, okay, that goes there. So that's one piece. We're just going to pretend that I didn't make any mistakes. At the moment, I really want to go to Brickvention. I mean, I wanted to go to Brickvention this year, and then, like, COVID blew up, and I was about to go away, and I was like, yeah, I kind of can't risk it right now. So this year, I want to go. I mean, technically, it's next year. I will do another Harry Potter live stream. Okay, so. Yeah, I'm not doing Virginia this year. A lot of my friends are, but there's also like, there's a lot of them that aren't, so like I don't feel like as bad, I guess. But who knows? Hold on. There we go. One bag down on the floor. You were great, Holly. Oh, thank you. No, I had a great time. I was like really nervous going in because I was like, Like, I'm going to be meeting a lot of people for the first time ever. Like, it's going to be weird. Like, I didn't know what to expect. Like, everyone I met was lovely. I had a great time. I feel like as well, like, I didn't get time to speak to, like, a lot of people. Like, I met Danny Bob, and then I spoke to her, like, briefly a couple of other times, and I was like, that was it. Same with you, BFAB. It's like, I ran into you, like, in the hotel lobby, and then, like, once on, like, the public day, which I'm glad I did, because, like, that was really good to, like, properly, like, talk to you then. And then, like, even Matt the Brick Whiz, didn't speak to him much. Bricks O'Brien, I literally am, like, running, like, through this hallway, like, because I had to go and grab something for, like, the Mega Lego Challenge video. And, like, I'm just like, hi, Brian. And, like, just, like, ran past him. I was like, I'm so sorry. And then, like, saw him, like, once another time. I was like, it's crazy. Hey, Rich. I want to hear, I mean, I doubt there's been, like, any more progression, but I want to hear more about your, ambassador situation story thing. Like, did you actually get to step down, or like what happened? I don't know. Why did I see Sans running nervously in the hotel lobby? So over that weekend, there was something like very unfortunate that was happening with him. It was like a whole family situation. So I think that's why he probably looked nervous. But also everyone was running around like madmen. Do you recommend the Chamber of Secrets? I mean, I like the set. I just don't think that it's like necessarily worth like full price, especially with the price going up. Like, I think it's a bit of a stretch. But overall, like, it's a pretty good set. It's just, I think it's one of the weakest out of the whole thing. I'm finally out. Hooray, they let you go. That's really good to hear. Oh, I can't believe that whole thing happened, man. I can't believe it. That's so bad. It is so dodgy. Thanks for the new role, Holly. No problem, Cam. Thank you as well for offering, because, like, on Discord especially, y'all needed help. We needed help. Doesn't Sans always behave in like a nervous like fashion? Yeah, I feel like that was like the first time I'd seen him in like a convention. I mean, most of the time I've like been able to like hang out with Sans and like meet him and all of that have been like environments where I feel like he is comfortable, so he like bounces off the walls. Like, I remember my dad said that he was like Tigger because he bounced around so much. So it's like at a convention, it's like, no, he loves those environments. Like, he's gonna go everywhere. Are quite strict and refusing. I'm so confused with like them right now, because I was like, what happened to like the no open box policy? And then like everyone's posting photos of minifigures, and then like people are like leaking sets, and then like everyone's like got the Star Wars sets, and then people are posting them at all different times. I'm like, what is going on? Like, did they ship them out wrong? Like, was there an error? Like, what's happening? Have the rules changed? I don't know. I don't keep up with it anymore. I'm tired. I have not watched Secrets of Dumbledore. I still haven't. It wasn't even on the plane on the way back. I was so annoyed. They had the Batman, though, which I didn't watch. I was watching Beetlejuice, actually. And then I woke up from my sleep to finish Beetlejuice, because like we're about to land in like 2 hours, and then my download expired. And I was like, great. So I couldn't finish Beetlejuice until I got home. So that was good. Bricks and Slopes in August in Utah. That is a beautiful convention name. My goodness. See, I feel like I would want to do, like, if I did a second US convention, I'd want to do Virginia, just because it's like another big one, because it's so far away from me. It's like next year I want to do like a lot more, I guess, of like the Sydney ones. Like, there's like the Sydney lug one that happens, because I'm like, it's local, like, why not? Like, but I also, I mean, if Brick Rodeo was bigger, like, we all know that I would go, and I would go in the like Barbie outfit. Like, that would happen. That's definitely would happen. DHL's been screwing Line over throughout June. Lego lifted the embargo for Star Wars early because JB Spielwarren posted their reviews early from the store stock. They take advantage of. That's funny. It's like, so you're gonna screw your ambassadors over because you don't want to like put some rules in place to actually stop your retailers. That's very interesting. Wow. Not a fan of that. That is very interesting. It's like, y'all. Like, how about you like put restrictions for stores? It's like, no, you cannot use like your stock to advertise or do videos. Like, you have to have it sealed in box. You're not allowed to open it. Is that rule like too hard to make? Because like then everyone in Europe gets an advantage over everyone else. Because I remember seeing it and I was like, something must have happened. Because, like, all the Europeans were, like, posting and then none of the US were. I'm like, "Great, now everyone's just gonna be mad." It's like, lol. But I also found that funny. I was like, "JB Spielroy," I'm like, lol. When will the new Marvel sets be revealed? I have no idea. I don't know what's going on with Lego Marvel right now. I'm so confused. It's just a big mess.
Can I say hi?
No.
No! I'm going to see Thor.
Okay, bye.
I'm so excited.
So, yeah, I don't know. Well, the last time I heard someone talk about it, it was like, oh yeah, we can't do that with like the European retailers. I'm like, yes, you can. Like, you act as if you can go on like copy strike channels for images that like are out there publicly. Like, I don't know. It's just like I'm watching it and I'm just laughing because I'm like, what is going on? Like, it's a mess right now. I'm glad that I'm not in it. I've said this so many times, but like I'm glad I'm not. Like, for the people who are in it, like, I hope that they do make it a better program so that you don't want to pull your hair out and it's not as frustrating, so that you got like the people can actually benefit from it. But like, it's a joke. It's a joke. A space crew. Ooh. Oh, speaking of space, where's my drink bottle? Hey guys, look what I have. Coming soon. Coming soon. I mean, I've already seen Thor Love and Thunder. So I'm gonna get these done and up and available for August. They should restrict retailers to images only. Opening to reviews, just stepping on RLFM's toes. Exactly. Also, for JB Spielroy's case, I'm like, it's bad. Like, I mean, if the retailers, for example, right, like if you want to like make it into a marketing thing and like you're sending it to people, like if JB Spielroy like sent it to like, I don't know, someone who makes like Lego content in Germany or something, like, yeah, pop off. Like, that's a marketing tool. But doing it yourself, it's like, that to me is like super dodgy. I'm like, get someone to do it for you and like promote your store saying, hey, I got sent it sort of thing. Like it's a press kit, but like, don't do it yourself. It's like you're just trying to like double dip or something and benefit twice. And then like, because it's like you know full well that it's not to like publicize your store. It's to make money on YouTube. So like if you actually want to advertise your store, send it to someone else. Easy. I mean, that's what I would do. Opinions on the D2C Sanctum. I love it. I love it. And then it turns out it was designed by Justin Ramsden. And I was like, well, this is why I love it. I want to get it. I'm not going to get it day one. I have a ton of VIP points that I should redeem, but I don't think I'm going to redeem it just yet. I might see if the Sanctum does end up on like Amazon or something, or like other retailers, so I can get it cheaper. If not, I'll probably use my VIP points in and do that. Me and my homies don't like JB Spielroy. I just don't like them because I'm just like, I don't like the way they go about their business, like, and how they run things. It's like, oh, okay, like we can post images like immediately, like 30 days after. Yeah, we're gonna do it just so that like everyone, I guess, like promotes us the website and like boosts the ratings and all that. Just like, it's a bit weird. Like they know what they're doing and they sort of like go about things, I think, in like a very, I guess, sort of like not the greatest way, but who's bad at? What's your rating out of 10 for Thor? I think I prefer Ragnarok overall. Like, I think the story was just a little bit more strong. Like, the pacing was better. However, I did enjoy Thor Ragnarok. Great things about it. And this is going to be completely spoiler-free. So if you haven't seen it, don't worry. But the first thing I liked about it is that it wasn't a multiverse movie. Thank you. It's a relief. It also felt like a very self-contained story for the most part. Like, outside of the Guardians, but like even then it's like you knew that from Endgame. Like, it's not like you had to watch the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, I guess, to understand it. Like, it was like really nice. Like, for the most part, it was very self-contained, sort of like how Shang-Chi was. I mean, I guess Eternals was more self-contained, but like Shang-Chi was better. So it was really, really refreshing. Oh, you can't hear me. Are you serious? I'm going to lose my mind. Yeah, refresh. If it... Oh. I can hear you. Okay, good. People refresh your devices, because I swear, if it was gonna crash, I'm not even restarting it. FYI, if it crashes, I'm not restarting. I will quit. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was so different and so refreshing. It was funny, but like I feel like we also didn't have enough time to like develop like a lot of the characters, which like was upsetting for me. I was like, what are we doing? And also there was a lot of like baiting with things, which I wasn't a huge fan of, but like overall, like it was really good. I think it was one of the better Phase 4 films. Like I liked it. Like for a couple of seconds, okay, good. Good. The goats were the best part. As soon as I heard them, I was like, this has to be based off the Taylor Swift video. Lo and behold, it was. I knew it. I'm a genius. Yeah, overall, it was really good. I mean, I said this before. I was like, if Thor wasn't the next movie, I would probably honestly wait just for it to be on Disney Plus at this point at the amount they like turn it around. Also, you know what else I loved? Is that the end credit scene didn't have like some jaw-dropping like connection or like cameo. It was really nice. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I was confused about it for a second, but like it was really good. It was like so refreshing. So refreshing. Like I'm really happy with it. Overall, loved it. Wait a second. What? Oh, okay, got it. Is the midpoint for Phase 4? Are you serious? I mean, does that include all of the TV shows? Because I was like, I swear we're running out of movies. Like, I swear we're coming to a close here sometime soon. That's another thing. I'm just like, there's too many shows. Too many shows. I've said this for ages. Especially after, like falling off the track of Miss Marvel. I'm just like, we need to slow down. Like, give us, like, 2 movies a year if you're going to give us all these shows. And only give us, like, 2 shows and What If. Like, that's what I would like. That's what I would like. Whereas we have your lol. No, I don't ever fear them. I mean, when I see them, I fear them. But like most of the time, I don't see them. So it's fine. It's the perfect way to decompress. I'm glad, Heidi, because this stream started off with me just ranting about issues I've had while traveling. So I'm glad that you skipped that part. Quality, not quantity. Exactly. That's another thing right now. Is like because everyone's talking about like Marvel CGI, and like I think it's definitely like had a downgrade. Like I don't necessarily think it's bad, but it's not as good as it used to be. And I think a lot of that, right, is because like they use Weta a lot, which is the New Zealand company who did like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Speaking of, I rewatched Fellowship of the Ring for the first time in like 10 years. Man, it was good. And it was the extended version, but it took forever and I started to fall asleep when we got to Galadriel. Don't shoot me. I was tired that day. But like, so Weta does all of that CGI and they've been tied up with Avatar for years. So like all of the best like CGI artists are all doing Avatar right now. So like all of, I guess, like the more inexperienced ones who are like fresher are doing all the Marvel movies. And because Marvel's pumping out so much content and they've got like really tight turnaround times, all of this work is being rushed. Like these artists don't have time to do it and to do it properly. So like everything comes out looking it looks good, but it doesn't look great if you get what I mean. Do you get what I mean? So it's just like I would love things to like slow down a little bit. Like it's too much. That's why I think I'm enjoying Star Wars right now because I'm like we don't have any Star Wars movies. Like all it is a show, so I don't feel like I'm drowning in content. But then again, it's like end of August comes along and we're gonna have Bad Batch and Endor at the same time, and the Lord of the Rings show on Amazon. Like need a nice balance. I agree with practical effects. I would love some. I'm not looking forward to Avatar 2. I'm really interested to see how it does because I'm like the big appeal for the first one was that like 3D had like really just had a big revival at that point. Like it was brand new. Like that's what you went for was just like the amazing visuals. You didn't care about the story. You came for like the pretty world and like the creatures and all of that. So I'm like how good is this movie gonna do? Because like 3D is not a thing anymore. Like I don't want to come just to get some like really cool CGI. Like I don't really care all that much about the story. Like the world at Disney's pretty. But like that's it. So I don't know. And Tales of the Jedi's coming. I forgot about that. Your take on Miss Marvel. I've watched one episode and I enjoyed the one episode that I've watched. I need to go back and finish it. Haven't had a chance to do that yet. Why am I having so many problems with this build? This piece isn't flat. What is going on? Did I do it wrong? Of course they did it wrong. That's what it was. All right. There we go. I'm 58 minutes into Fellowship of the Ring. Nice. Fellowship was always my favorite. I remember watching it for the first time because I remember, like a lot of things back in that day, I watched them purely because Lego made sets on them. So I watched the first Lord of the Rings movie because Lego made sets on them. And then I was like trying to work out how to get like Merry and Pippin because they were my favorite ones without buying like too much stuff because my mom wouldn't let me buy tons of Lego. And never ended up getting them. And now I look at the price of Attack on Weathertop and it makes me want to cry. So that's fun. But yeah, I remember watching that one, and that one was the most interesting to me. Like, Two Towers, it was fine. I think I just kind of like seeing the Fellowship together so that when they split up, like I wasn't as interested back then. So I'm interested to see what I think of it, like when I rewatch it. Like, we'll see what happens. But it makes me want to go and buy all the minifigures, and I think I need to do it. I'm definitely, like, my plan, because I'm like, Lord of the Rings is expensive. Like, I don't really want to buy every single set. Like, I was like, I could get, like, the Council of Elrond. Like, that's a cool one. Like, I love Rivendell. I love An Unexpected Gathering, even though it's a Hobbit set. Like, I would get that. That's probably what I will get, and then just buy the, like, the smallest, I guess, amount of the Fellowship as I can. And then, like, I'd love the Tower of Orthanc, but I'm like, I don't need it. I'd love Saruman, but I don't need him. So, yeah, we're in a Lord of the Rings spiral at the moment, and I feel like I need to act before the show, just in case. So, I'll keep you updated, but I also still need Davy Jones. So, you know, my buying plan's a bit all over the place at the moment. So, we'll see what happens, especially now that I've got to sell another ghost. Because I bought two like an idiot. I also bought the Thomas the Tank Engine Duplo, for anyone wondering. I have seen High School Musical, the series. I loved it. I watched it instead of The Bad Batch on release day last year. Great choice, to be honest. I'm very excited for the new season. Very excited. The Hobbit is better than the Lord of the Rings. I mean, I really enjoy, again, the first Hobbit movie. Amazing. Second Hobbit movie, still really good. Third one, not that great. Not that great. But I loved all of the dwarves. Again, I was like, I need to buy every single Hobbit set to get all of the dwarves. Speaking of Lord of the Rings, it's Ross. Hi, Ross. I haven't watched your review on Obi-Wan Starfighter yet, but firstly, I am very glad that that video exists, as it should. Ross's reviews, and it's like a sub-series. I like it. I'm building the medieval blacksmith right now, and already it's my favorite set. That set looks gorgeous. I mean, I'm never going to buy it, but... Oh, see, it took me 3 days to get through the Fellowship of the Ring. Mainly because I kept watching it too late at night, and I was tired. And then I watched it, like, during the day, and then I, like, was falling asleep. It was not good. Yeah, The Hobbit should have just been 2, I think. I mean, it was going to be 2, and then they extended it. It was annoying. But back then as well, it was like the time period where like every like young adult movie after Harry Potter was having like a 2-part finale. And I was like, Ross's Guide to the Galaxy, that's actually cool. She's smart for that. Ross's reviews is too basic. Too basic. Get about $30 here. Ew. I'm so sad. While I was at Rick James Brick's store yesterday, I was like, can you let me know when you get the Falcons in? Because I want to buy one. Like, I wasn't planning, because here's the thing, right? Like, we all know I was going to get the AT-AT. I bought all of my Snow Trooper battle packs to fill the AT-AT. Like, that's the big Star Wars set I was going to get. Like, I don't want to buy tons of them. Like, I just want to buy one and call it a day. Like, I don't need tons. I don't need lots. But I want at least one. And then I saw the AT-AT in person, and then I saw a Falcon in person, and I was like, you know what? The Falcon is just much more better looking of a set. Like, it just looks nicer overall. Like, it's more colorful, it's more bright, it's more interesting. Like, yeah, I'll go get that one. Why, again, do I have so many pieces left over? I should not have flat tiles. This is concerning. Oh dear. Oh dear. Just buy less. That's very true. I mean, I think I'm just gonna wait and for things to buy like go on sale more. But with the Falcon, I was like, and apparently here in Australia, that one's not actually going up, which I found interesting. But even then, I'm like, I should get this now before the price goes up because then when it retires, it's gonna go up even more. Like I wanted to get it before it retires. So I was like, I should buy it now so that I don't feel as bad when the price goes up. So unfortunately, I have to go and buy that set. So that's frightening. I was talking to BFAB. I mean, it's a really good fact. Really good point, though. So, yeah, if you're buying any big sets, get them instead of the new ones. Also, I'm worried about the ATT. I'm like, we still haven't had the Republic fighter tanks, like, easily available in Australia. I bought 2 of them from Target.com and brought them home with me. So I was glad about that. I only saw 1 in person. Like, when I found out they were in stores again, I kept looking, like, if I'd ever go to Target. And I saw 1. That was it. And then I watched Emily's video, and there was, like, tons on the shelf. And I was like, what the heck? What's going on in Texas? The Texans are lucky. We have a wing. I've done it. So what did you do after Brickworld? I was like, if I'm flying all this way, I'm staying in the country. So I just didn't go home. I just went exploring. I was like, ooh, yippee. Originally, I was going to go to Canada because I've never been to the country. So I thought, oh, like, let's go to a country I've never been to. And then I was like, actually, no, we're not doing that. And I canceled my flight. That's non-refundable. And I'm glad I did because I saw footage of, like, the Canadian airports because everyone's going to Europe. And it was chaotic. And then I saw photos of Heathrow and I was like, chaotic. It was really nice because it was summertime, so I got to go on walks and it was sunny. It was just really relaxing. And then I edited like 3 of the videos that I'd pre-filmed. So kind of failed there, but never mind. All right, let's stick. I'll get this wing in. Hold on. Kind of confused why he decided to go in the first place though. Well, I was like, because originally I had this idea. I was like, oh, like what if, because like Australian real estate's expensive. I was like, if I ever like need to, like if I ever want to buy my own house or apartment, I couldn't live in Sydney. So I was like, oh, okay, well, if I have to move to like a different state, which would probably be Melbourne if I did go anywhere, I was like, why don't I go to a different country? So I was like, Canada. Do I actually just say that and not make it? Whoops. I was like, what about Canada? Because they've got like a really strong film and television industry. Because like originally, for years, I wanted to go to London. And then I went on my own and I was like, actually, kind of don't want to live here. So then I was like, all right, what about Canada? But I've never been. So I was like, I'd have to go and like see what it's like. And then I was like, actually, no, let's not do that. But now you don't know what I'm back on after years. So for years, right? And I've spoken about this before. I've wanted to do like I wanted to be like work at Disney and be like a character performer. And like I've kept putting it like on the backbench for years. I'm just like, no, like I'm not gonna do it. Guess who signed up for email notifications? Me. So I'm like signed up to like get notified like when there's like auditions and things like that for character performing. Cause like back on that again. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But Josh, it's humid there. So I'm like, because originally for years I'd want to do Tokyo, but like they've got such strict COVID restrictions. So right now I've put it down for the Disney parks. Which character? I mean, ideally I would love to be Cinderella. But I don't know if that would happen. I mean, who knows? I might not even apparently look enough like a princess. They might not hire me. So we'll see. But I've started, so you're going to do theater or acting again. Well, technically it's like both, right? Because it's like I have a dance background that's like very strong in musical theater. I've done like a lot of acting. Like I don't like have the degrees or anything in it, but I've got the experience and I have the training. So I think I could do it. If they think I look close enough to a character, fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. But like, I think I might go and do that again. Because I was like, if I did, like I can still have my channel. Like I can do both at once, which would be really fun. And then I get to live my dream job. So, I mean, they put wigs on you. As long as your face looks like a princess and looks cartoony enough, which I think it might because I have a really round face. So, because I think like I missed the last one. There was one that came up for like Rapunzel, Cinderella, and Elsa, and I was gonna do it, but I couldn't do I couldn't submit it in time, so I missed it. So I'm gonna do it next time it pops up, or next time like anything pops up, because it's like I'm the right height. So we'll see, and then I'll get to work at Disney, which will be really fun. Anyway, I am going to stop streaming now, so I can go and hang out and talk to my friends if they're all still in a call together. They might not because it's late at night for them. I've done most of the ship. I'll finish it. I didn't realize that this rotated so easily. I mean, I knew it rotated because like you can have it like this. I have a stand for this thing. I'm gonna like update my Star Wars display and do a video on that soon, which I'm really excited for. But it was lovely to come up on stream again. I'm sorry that the other two didn't work and we had to resort to a webcam again. I've also got to take my monitor and put it back in its box to return it and replace it. So there won't be any gaming streams until I get my new monitor, unfortunately. It is a Wicked Brick stand. I got to do an order as well to get my Padme thingy. But yes, thank you very much, and I will see you later. Thanks for joining me today. My tea's now cold. Also, look, I put Luke on Tauntaun. I want to do a Star Wars mock and like a Marvel mock sometime soon. So I need to think of something, but it'll be great. I'll finish it. No, I actually need to. Like, I've got to finish this ship. I'm probably going to finish it off stream because I want to put it on its display and do my like display. Anyway, I've got tons of videos I need to do. My video on LegoCon will be coming out, which will be very fun. And yeah, have a great day, everyone. Bye. Thanks for having me. I mean, it's my channel. I can do what I want here, but hi. Bye. Bye, Marco. I forget that there's always like the second end stream button. Okay, bye.